Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We're here Thursday evening for the live stream of the Wrx Challenge Season 3, Round 10, the final round. We're at Big Willow for the showdown. This could be 4 people in the shout with a championship. Granted, Homesick Alien and Anton Poika are outside bets on this one. Catula probably the favourite. Skyjacker in with a shout. So it's all to play for this round. We're going to have 2 40-minute races here at one of the hardest tracks on GTSport. And man alive, it's exciting. It is exciting, very much so. Let's see. Let me give you a quick shout about what, if you don't know already, what the Wrx Challenge is. Let me get to the top of the Discord so I can read it to you. The Wrx Challenge is VRC's one-make series using the Subaru Isle of Man Time Attack car, a Group X car. And drivers will need to tame this wild beast of a car across 10 weeks, or they have done, over 10 weeks of racing that will test all of their driving skills to the limit. This championship is been exciting stuff. We have the power right up to 596 brake horsepower with the weight right down to 1,060 kilograms. So these cars, they're skittish anyway, and we decided to make them even more skittish. They've got a drag reduction system. When they hit, I think, 90 miles an hour, they can press a button they've allocated to the wheel to make the spoiler. And you can see there, I've seen 2 people off already. We've only been on like a second or 2. We're only minutes away from qualifying. And Catula, I think, is leading the championship. I'll get to the championship and get that on. I'll let you know what's what. First of all, we'll go with the non-dropped scores table, just in case you're interested. And in that one, Skyjacker is leading the way on 391 points, followed by Catula in second on 384 points. Homesick Alien is third on 328 points, with Anton Poika 4th on 327 points. Diagor is 5th on 287 points, with Alexis and Maximus 6th on 269 points. Jim is 7th on 255 points, with Pat in 8th on 197 points. Wrxc is 9th on 118 points. Bunny is 10th on 113 points. Alpha is 11th on 100 points. 12th is Rido on 75 points. Joker's in 13th on 46, and Noxie 14th on 41 points. But obviously those bottom 4 or 5 haven't taken part in the whole championship. Let me get to the drop scores as they're saying they're ready. So here we go, the drop scores. Catula is leading the championship on 338 points, with Skyjacker in second on 332 points, just 6 points behind. That's how close it is. Anton Poika is third on 305 points, with Homesick Alien in fourth on 301 points. Diagor fifth on 260 points, with Alexis Maximus in sixth on 253 points. There's only 7 points between those two. Then we've got Jim in seventh on 235 points, and Pat in eighth on 179 points. Wrxc 9th on 118, Bunny 10th on 113, Alpha 11th on 100, Rido 12th, 75, and Joker's 13th on 46 points, and Noxie 14th with 41 points. But like I said, they haven't taken part in the whole championship. This is very tight. It's going down to the very last round. And that's the kind of championship we like to see. Skyjacker's asking if I am ready, because I've been too busy chatting. So, I'm going to go both. Because I'm feeling generous today. I'm going to go for the R and the Y. And there, Skyjacker says good luck as we go into, I think it's 10 minutes of qualifying. In the chat, Skyjacker saying hiya, and Homesick saying evening all. Good luck to Skyjacker and Catula. He doesn't mean it. He hopes they both fall off the road and he manages to come through. And there, Skyjacker putting a thank you on the back of his car. That is a very nice. I imagine that's a message for me. That's how my ego rolls. So Skyjacker first out onto the track to start the qualifying. It is 10 minutes of qualifying, and like I said, this is a tricky track. We'll go in car for his outlap just to show you. We can see climbing up the hill, turning right, then we have to flip the car to the left, heavy onto the brakes. Try not to let it slide too far out, because if you go out there, you're out of it. And then back to the right again, then the track starts falling away from you. You lose all grip at that point. Here is a tricky corner, trying to brake and keep it on the road, and then just over this little nodgen of a hill, and then that's it. Floor it down this straight, trying to get away from the guy behind. And then this last corner is one of my favourite corners in the game. It just keeps going around. He's in 6th gear at 160 miles an hour. Now we're starting to decrease that speed as we come to the end of the corner, back onto the start straight, and he's just touching a bit of dirt there. Hopefully not going to lose too much time from that. And that is a lap of Big Willow. We're doing 40-minute race here, 2 40-minute races. It's 2 for, but it's not Tuesday, so it's 2 for Thursday. And oh my lord, the first flying lap has been ruined by Skyjacker. Maybe not. We will check that out. And Homesick in his famous Wrxc colours, out there trying to chase down that pole position. And I haven't even looked at the roll call to see who is here this evening. Pat in the chat saying both but not all. No K. Oh, sorry, I didn't put a K in there. Next time. Alexis Maximus is out there as well in the purple Subaru in its traditional colours, chasing that pole position. Katula, the reigning champion and champion-elect. It's exciting times for the Spaniards. Will the pressure get to him? It's a pressure cooker out there. The heat of the desert and the heat of the championship. It seems like a fitting time for the heat is on. It's on the streets. The heat is on. Sorry. So Skyjacker has set the first time out there with a 1:14, but Homesick Alien just goes ahead. Alexis Maximus goes third fastest and second fastest, and Katula goes third fastest. We saw Skyjacker having a small off. Didn't lose too much time from that. Jim's gone across. He's gone faster than Skyjacker. This is not the start that Skyjacker was hoping for, but there's still plenty of laps in qualifying to go yet. Diego out there. He's had some amazing races. I don't think he's seen the top step of that podium yet. And by George, he's raced like he should have done. Pat's gone a little bit faster than Diego, and Anton Poika putting it in second fastest. So the 2 outside bets, Homesick Alien and Anton Poika so far, taking first blood in the first flying lap. Alexis Maximus holding off. He's going to be playing a good team game today, I think, or the Spaniard helping out the fellow Spaniard. So that is one to watch. If he can get in front of Skyjacker, between Katula and Skyjacker, he will do all he can not to let this man pass, the Rockstar. And Skyjacker now setting a better time, going up to 4th, but Homesick goes faster again. And Homesick Alien, a man possessed out there at the moment. Katula goes faster but stays behind Skyjacker. Ooh, but I think Skyjacker, he did give me permutations, and I think he needs a car to finish between himself and Katula. Jim going faster also, but staying in 6th spot. Pat doesn't manage. No, he's not gone round yet. Diego has gone faster also. They're just going faster and faster, aren't they, these guys? I believe they have the choice of racing soft and racing medium tyres, but come on, let's face it, who's going to put the mediums on? This is too tense. Anton Poika's gone faster again, but so has Alexis Maximus. Alexis Maximus on a real push at the moment, and he is splitting the Finn and the Brit. So wow, if you want to make any, and Jokers is with us as well. I like Jokers' car, it's really nice. If you've got any predictions out there, please put them in the string. Don't be scared to type. We're all friends here. So if you and Homesick again, look, he's unstoppable at the moment. The Alien in his Wrxc colours, a former champion of the Wrx Challenge. He wants that title back again, and all he can do is take 2 wins. That's all he can do. Pole, 2 wins and fastest lap, and then the rest is down to fate. That is in the hands of the gods, as they may say. Diego going faster again. He's in 6th place at the moment for the grid. Anton Poika also going faster, but they're not shuffling around too much. They're going faster but staying in their position. So Homesick Alien, car 77, on a provisional pole, but he's come across a Skyjacker on the track. Will that slow him down, or will he gain a toe? He's purple again. He's purple again. So this is cracking stuff in the chat. Muddy saying he loves Big Willow, and he says Skyjacker for the win. It would be nice to see a 3rd different champion, I must say, in the 3rd season, mixing it up. But at this point, it's anyone. Look, there you can see Homesick getting that toe, and again putting it into the 111s, nearly half a second faster than Alexis Maximus. It looked like Alexis Maximus trying to help Catula out with a toe, but he's only good for 5th. My word, have we found Catula's bogey track? Possibly. Skyjacker just ahead of him. This is I hope you haven't trimmed your nails recently, because you're going to have to be biting them during this race, surely. There is so much to play for. Diego going faster again, staying in 6th, just 3/10 behind Catula. Anton Poika also putting in a faster lap. I mean, their fuel tanks are going down, so the cars are getting lighter as they make their way around. You would assume they would get faster, but you've got to stay on the track to get that faster lap, and here at Big Willow, it sucks you off. It really does. Hello. Hey, I want to go then, but you know, I mean, if you put a wheel off, I mean, the track can pull you off. There's no easy way of saying that you get taken off the track. You know, that you can get sucked off or pulled off by Big Willow. She's a beauty. So Homesick Alien out there showing them how to go around very fast here at, and Catula going faster in 4th. He gets himself ahead of Skyjacker. 2 more minutes left of this qualifying session, then we're into a 40-minute race. It's enduro time. Ching ching, we're on the Corona, not the virus, the drink. It's rather delicious, thank you very much. So Diego going faster again. He's 3/10 behind Skyjacker, and this is what Skyjacker, well, Homesick could really do with a few people going. Oh, and Skyjacker looking very leery at the top of the hill. The back end of his car stepping out. He's going faster, 2/10. He's a second down on the Alien, but that 2/10 could get him ahead of Catula. Fernando Catula though. Oh, someone's having a big off there. A big off. I didn't quite see it. It looked like a white car. I don't know if it was the Alien. It's not the Alien. I'll get back to Skyjacker as he crosses the line. We saw that he was up on that lap. It could possibly be Homesick that had an off. Yeah, there he goes, but not enough. He just draws himself a little closer to Catula, and let's have a look at Catula and what he's doing at the moment. He's just crossed the line. He did a 12.5. He's a 3, just under 4/10 behind the Flying Finn, and just ahead of the Skyjacker. In the chat, Muddy saying, welcome to the Shadow Realm. Yes, the dark pits around the outside of the track. Anton Poika, ooh, someone having a massive off there in front of Catula. Was it Diego? No, it might have been Jokas. There it was, Jokas. And there is Homesick again. Get it out your system, boys. Get it out your system. You don't want to do it during the race. Best to do it in practice and quali. Well, not so much in quali, I suppose. But if you're going to do it, now's the time. Anton Poika, second fastest, just ahead of Alexis Maximus. We've got 20 seconds left of qualifying. Looks like Homesick has backed out of this lap, and he is on provisional pole unless anyone else can go faster. Alexis looks like he's on a push. Skyjacker goes faster, goes 4th. He's back ahead of Catula. That battle is raging on in qualifying, and will it transfer into the race? Alexis Maximus, he usurps Anton, And how is Anton looking around the final lap here? He's coming around that final corner. And can he get himself back up ahead of Alexis and Maximus? This, so far, is looking very good for Homesick Alien, but I think he needs a few more people between Skyjacker and himself. So far, Homesick on provisional pole. Alexis Maximus in second. Anton Poika, third fastest. Skyjacker, he's still going around as... Oh no, Katula is a fifth, so there's nothing he can do. And can Skyjacker do a last-minute dash to get something out of this? He's 300ths up, but he's half a second behind the Anton Poika at this point. Bunting in the chat saying, good luck all. Epic series. It has been. It has been. It's been a classic. I think that's... Oh, Skyjacker just over pushing there right at the very end. And... giving it a wiggle it just a little bit. So Homesick Alien is your provisional pole sitter. Alexis Maximus second on the grid. Anton Poika third. Skyjacker gets fourth in the end. Katula, Jim, then Diego, Pat and Jokus. I am really sorry to all the guys in here, but I will be hyper concentrating on the 4 championship leaders at this point in this round. And that is the grid, all ready to go for 40 minutes of an absolute blast around here at the Big Willow. The air balloons are poised in the air, checking them out. We're looking at Homesick, we're waiting for the lights to drop, and it is go, go, go. And it looks like a good start from Homesick and Alexis Maximus. He tucks in behind the Alien with Anton Poika, Linus Stern, and Alexis going for an early move. Ooh! We do not want anyone taking anyone out in this race. It's too much at stake. And Homesick, all he can do is just drive his little beads off and crack on and hope it all falls apart for the other contestants behind him. Alexis Maximus staying very close to the Alien. He's gone for an early move, and he knows the Alien is in with a shout of the championship and probably thinks maybe he'll be a bit soft and let me by, but the Alien says no, back off, man. I need the win. I need the win. So Homesick Alien pushing like mad. Alexis Maximus in second. Anton Poika up in that third. Katula is ahead of Skyjacker. The Skyjacker right on the tail of Katula. Behind them, Jim is in 6th with Diego 7th. Jokus getting ahead of the Martini Pat. And it's all to play for here. And there is Homesick Alien. Wrong thing. And Alexis Maximus will not leave him alone. And it makes me nervous for Homesick Alien. Because just one little snatch of a break. And there we get Alexis on a toe. Going into the first corner, closing up to the Wrxc Subaru. Ooh, just nearly putting a wheel off. But Homesick Alien staying steady. He's going out wide there, pulling it into the inside of the track. Skyjacker is... Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Sorry, guys. Skyjacker has got himself ahead of Katula, but I believe Skyjacker will need a car between them. Hoo-wee! And it looks like Katula, Jim's having a little look at Katula, so interesting racing down here. We've got 38 minutes to go in this race, and it's all bunched up nice and tight with Katula. All he has to do is stay behind Skyjacker, I think. That's all he has to do. He doesn't have to make an attempt. But you know he's going to want to get past him. You know he's going to want more out of this race. He's looking around the outside of Skyjacker, trying to stay in that toe around the corner. Skyjacker can't put a foot wrong in this race. It looks like a bit of dust kicking up in the background there. I don't know who we've just seen going off. It was Diego off the road. That gives Jokus the opportunity to catch up, and Pat also off the road. So we're having a few moments there, and then Homesick Alien, he cannot shake off Carlos there. Carlos all over the back of the Alien at the moment with Anton Poika. And Anton Poika at that last round, if you saw it in the stream, he's absolutely on fire. Alexis though kicking up a little bit of dirt. He's getting purples on the third lap, and Homesick Alien trying to get himself into a steady rhythm at the moment and try and get a gap between him and the rest of the field in the chat. Pat saying Skyjacker's off was probably my fault. I'd gone well off on last corner and lost the track and flew across in front of him. Okay, there you go. Muddy saying you being hyper is the reason I came along. And Talaran saying, oh, hiya. So Homesick Alien and Anton's going for a move on Alexis Maximus. There we go. The two underdogs in this race trying to fight it out. Skyjacker's found himself a little bit of space between him and Cthulhu. And Jim is looking feisty here for a move. He could do Skyjacker an absolute huge favour if he can get by. Cthulhu, he's pulled out. He's having a look for a breaking of the inside. There's a bit of contact, but no. Jim's made it. Jim's made it through. And this is exactly what Skyjacker needs right now. And Cthulhu, he's got to regroup. He's got to find a way to get back into this race. Alexis Maximus, he's up the inside of the Alien. Oh, there's side by side. And oh my lord, what's going on? And Anton Boyka's there as well. He's almost 3 wide. And Homesick Alien coming back at Carlos, but Carlos, he's just trying to nip it in there. Carlos has got the inside line. Alexis Maximus now leading the race, and Anton Boyka also coming through as well. And Homesick Alien, a bad lap for the Alien right now. Oh my word, and Skyjacker sliding, oh my god, no, that's not what Skyjacker needs, that's not what Skyjacker needs. And Jim moves up into 4th. Where is Cthulhu? Cthulhu's fallen back as well. Oh my lord, they're trying to make me have a coronary, or whatever they're called, a heart attack. So Alexis Maximus, Anton Boyka and Homesick Alien all very close knit together on the race, and it looks like Alexis Maximus fancies the win today. And oh, Homesick Alien just drifting a little bit off onto the dirt here at Big Willow. And what a race we've got. Jim up to 4th, Skyjacker 5th ahead of Cthulhu. Oh my god, there's someone else off as well, I can see at the side of the road in the final corner. Alexis Maximus has made a mistake. Alexis Maximus has made a mistake. And now Anton Boyka is up in the lead, and Homesick Alien is trying to find a way past, but he cannot do it. My gosh, my golly, my god. There you go. They're roughhousing each other out there. And Alexis Maximus maintaining that 2nd place, but Homesick Alien not letting him rest for a second, and Jim is catching the guys up now. Oh my word. Skyjacker some 3 seconds behind that battle, but 5 seconds ahead of Cthulhu. Diego in 7th, Pat in 8th, and Jokers is in 9th place. But this is the man. What happened? Anton Boyka from last round to this round, he got the treble win last week out, and it's looking good for another one. 4 in a row for Anton Boyka. Oh no, and Homesick Alien's found himself off. He was in the toe of Alexis Maximus, and I think he lost all downforce, and now Jim is looking good for a podium position. Come on, Jim. While Skyjacker has got himself ahead, but he's off the road as well. This is what we like to see, with Homesick Alien scrambling back onto the road, and he is the car that's between him as Skyjacker and Cthulhu, which is exactly what Skyjacker needs right now. But there is Anton Boyka, the flying Finn. No one can stop him at the moment. He is absolutely on fire, with Alexis Maximus maintaining that 2nd spot, with Jim in 3rd. And they're all on soft tyres. I didn't check all that, but yes, they're all at the top 3 are on soft tyres, as is Skyjacker, 2.8 seconds ahead of the Alien. And Cthulhu can see this championship slipping away from him. The reigning champ. It's still a long way to go though. We're only in 33 minutes into the race, and a lot has happened already. But Anton Boyka, composed, absolutely, he's the Iceman. And he's leading the way in this final round of the WRX Challenge for the Virtual Racers Club. And it's looking good for him at the moment. Alexis Maximus staying with him though all the way, with Homesick Alien up to 3rd. Oh no, Skyjacker's gone into the pits. He's gone in for an early pit. I don't know if that was an accident. Let's see if we can have a look. Here we go. Yes, he was off, and I think maybe possibly didn't want to go into the pits. Oh, who was he off with? Jim. So Jim having an off as well. And oh my god, yeah, it looks like he did try and aim it for the pits. So playing a strategy game is Skyjacker. We missed his whole pit stop. He's back out again in 8th behind Pat. Anton Poika leading then on lap 7 against Lexus Maximus, who's dropped back a little bit by about a second from Anton Poika. Homesick Alien back up into 3rd place. Then Katula in 4th. It's shifted around. Jim, we saw having a bit of an off in that final corner at the same time as Skyjacker, but Skyjacker opting to turn it into a strategic move and nipped into the pits. Diego in 6th with Pat in 7th, and Skyjacker filled up on the racing softs, a fresh set of racing softs, and back out there again. And he's only 3.5 seconds ahead of Jokers at this point. Oh, right, can we relax now? Can we chill out? Oh yeah, I read Bunting saying, tell me to breathe. Yeah, I know, I'm trying to draw a breath in between all of this. So, Anton Poika leading from Alexis and Maximus. Homesick Alien in 3rd. Katula in 4th. It looks like Skyjacker's just got ahead of Pat. No, Pat's off, that's why. Oh, that last corner. That final corner is a killer, and that puts Jokers up into 8th place ahead of Pat. And Diego is some 5 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. With Skyjacker's early pit stop, will that make the guys ahead a little nervous? We're just coming up to 10 minutes racing, and there you go, there's your man, Anton Poika, the Flying Finn, the Iceman, car 62, unfathomable. I don't know why I try and reach for those big words, it's no good. And but Alexis Maximus maintaining them 14s along with Anton, so he's not letting Anton run away with this one. They're 7 seconds ahead of Homesick Alien, and further back 5 seconds is Cthulhu, just keeping that car on the track around that last corner with Jim in 5th. Diego 6th, Skyjacker in 7th. Skyjacker's got to do, he's got a mountain to climb. He's got an Everest ahead of him. And can he do it? Jill in the chat saying, evening thingy, good luck Homesick. And he was leading, but he's back up to 3rd. He dropped to 5th, and now he's back up to 3rd place. He's doing some steady 14 laps, getting into a rhythm, but you can see his front left tyre is starting to feel a little bit of wear out there with all these right-hand corners. And can he maintain that? Cthulhu is a little better on his tyres. David in the chat saying, go Diego, wake up and drive, kiddo. He's doing okay. He's doing, oh, he's in the 15s. He had a bad lap on lap 6, got to admit. But he's just got to keep it steady. He's down to half a tank of fuel. And he's giving us a little flash. Hi, Diego. Whoa, he's got a shaky old car going on there. I think, was it not Anton Diego whose wheel broke and he's having to use his controller mid-season? Oh, he's playing dare with Big Willow at the moment, is Diego. How very interesting, but that's, oh, Skyjacker again, too much pushing, and he's hit the barrier. Oh my, too much. I don't know what to say. But Anton Poika, 8.4 seconds, so Alexis Maximus has had an issue, and that brings Homesick Alien back into play. And the two outside bets for the championship are doing the best at the moment. Cthulhu, all he has to do is stay in that position, and I think he could grab this championship with Jim only 2.2 seconds behind him. And they're spreading out quite nicely now. Diego 10 seconds behind Jim and 12 seconds ahead of Skyjacker, which it's not gone well for him in this first race, and he's got Jokas catching him up at the moment, whilst Anton just absolutely trounces it. He's flying. With Alexis Maximus must have made a small mistake at 21.5 that last lap around, and that gave Homesick Alien a glimmer of hope of a second spot, but it looks like his tyres are starting to hurt his lap times. And these guys are pushing too hard. You've got to chill, guys. You can't push at Big Willow. You've got to drive the track. A little sip of my warm beverage to keep me going. But Anton Poika really on fire at the moment with the last round and the treble win. And here at Big Willow, the man is unstoppable. Great racing from the Finn. Alexis Maximus looking good for a podium finish in this first race of 2 for round 10 of the WRX Challenge. Homesick Alien keeping an eye on Alexis. Alexis's tyres are a little bit more worn than Homesick's, so Homesick just has to stay with him and hope that Alexis and Maximus destroys his tyres. I believe Alexis Maximus, another controller user, and that does not help with tyres at all. Catula in 4th place, just doing what he needs to at the moment to take this championship. And Jim, he's looking to get back up there and get some good points on the board. Diego 11.5 seconds behind Jim at the moment, and 9.6 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. He's dropped into the 16s with that tyre wear, while Skyjacker on the fresher tyres. We'll be hoping all of these guys go in, but he's 40 seconds behind Anton at the moment. But he's pulled away from Jokers. They were only a couple of seconds apart. Jokers playing dare with the dirt. And Pat out there, 14.7 seconds. I don't think Big Willow is one of his favourite tracks, but I do like to look at his car. Doesn't matter where you finish, it's the style that you finish in, Pat, and your car is definitely one of the stylish ones out there. There's some racing there. Here, there's some racing. Catula looked like he had a small off there, but he's maintained it. He's kept it on track. But Jim definitely closing in on Catula at this moment. And it's hard to say what's going on. It's crazy stuff. Absolutely crazy out there. And Alexis has come in. Those tyres starting to get a little bit too much for him. The Alien staying out. His fuel's good. His fuel's a lot better than Alexis and Maximus's. And Jim, his fuel's down to a quarter as well. So Homesick Alien doing some great fuel saving. And Anton Poika's used more fuel than the Alien. So maybe the Alien boxing clever in his Subaru. And trying to do this, playing the long game out there. So Alexis Maximus comes out with his fresh rubber right behind Diego. Diego did a 17.3 that last lap around, and Alexis Maximus is driving like a man possessed. He really is. It's absolutely fantastic to see. And he's back past Diego. I don't think Diego put up much of a battle there. I think he knew with his tyre wear there was not much point in that. Skyjacker 5.5 seconds behind that battle, 13.5 seconds ahead of Jokas. Excuse me, and he'll just be keeping his head down, getting into a rhythm and trying and hoping that people fall off the track ahead of him at this point. Anton Poika's tyres looking quite used, quarter of a tank of fuel, but he's 13 seconds on Homesick Alien. And Homesick Alien is 16.6 that last time around. Starting to feel that tyres, the lack of grip in these corners. And Catula a further 6.2 seconds. Jim's holding that 1 second from Catula. There you can see looming large in Jim's front window. I know it's a windscreen, I think front window sounds funnier. So Jim in 4th, he wants a podium. How has Jim done in this championship? I've got all the stats. Mr. Stats here. Let's have, oh god, it's just disappeared because I touched it. So let's have a look. Jim has his best finish is 4th, so he's not quite had a podium, so he will be wanting that. He's been in the top 5 3 times this season, but he can feel that there's a podium on the cards if he plays his cards right. His tyre wear is looking quite shocking. Are we gambling that these guys are trying to get halfway even though their tyre wear is absolutely abysmal? And Catula sitting in a podium position, but those tyres are looking, that front left is really hurting on some of these guys. Homesick Alien, he's doing okay, he's still got 13 seconds on his closest rival in the championship. I imagine he would prefer to be ahead of the Flying Finn rather than behind. But judging from the last round, no one can touch Anton Poika at the moment. He has had the elixir of luck and speed. And Homesick Alien in second, trying to stay away from the desert. Catula in third, Jim getting a little bit closer, only tenths closer. And Catula trying to concentrate on the road ahead of him and not in his wing mirrors, we could imagine. And they're looking out of his back window. You can see Jim looming large. And is Catula just going to drop it into the pits on this one? I'd be very tempted. No, he's carried on. He's carried on, even though them tyres are squealing at him, screaming, please change me, please change me. And Jim staying 9/10 behind. Jim's fuel is starting to flash. And Catula's is pretty low as well. Alexis with that earlier pit stop, 8 seconds adrift of these guys. He saw him getting past Diego. Diego's fuel is flashing as well. Skyjacker doing okay on fuel, but he may have to come in again with that early stop. Diego having a little bit of an off, which gives Skyjacker an opportunity to draw ever closer to the Portuguese driver. Jokers is some 30 seconds behind Skyjacker now, and he will have to come into the pits because that fuel is absolutely done. With Pat doing great on his fuels, great on his tyres, and he will continue around again, I believe. And why not? So Skyjacker Anton Poika nearly 14 seconds ahead of the Alien. And their tyres are... Oh, and Homesick has come in. He's come in the halfway mark. He's decided this is the time to do it. Catula also following him in, and Jim. They're all dropping in now except for Anton Poika. Alexis Maximus early pit stop should go back up into second place. And Homesick Alien filling up, with Diego also dropping into the pits. This will help Skyjacker. Can he get ahead of any of these guys? He drops by quite a bit. And Homesick's out, yes. Homesick's come out behind Skyjacker, but Homesick on the fresher tyres, the fresher rubber. And I'm just not sure Skyjacker's fuel tank's going to take him all the way till the end of this race. And here comes Homesick. He's on his tail, getting on board with Homesick Alien. And you've got Catula 8 seconds down the roads. And at the moment, Skyjacker will be sat there trying to do a lot of math, working out what he can do. And he's putting a great race on, but he slid across the track ahead of the Alien, and he's off. But he's got back on, but Catula's some way back now. Anton Poika dropping it into the pits. He's come in for a pit stop, some fresh rubber, and can Alexis Maximus retake the lead of this race? I don't believe he can. I think Anton possibly could be back out ahead. I might be wrong. There comes Alexis Maximus down the straight, and Anton's joining the track around the same time. There they are. Whoa! Alexis Maximus just in the lead, but Anton's on that fresher rubber. So Alexis Maximus is gonna have his hands full. Sorry, words don't go too good with me, but there Anton retakes the lead from Alexis Maximus. Alexis Maximus having a look up the inside. A brave move from the Spaniard, and it pays off for him. He's there. So Alexis Maximus leading the way from Anton Poika. 10 seconds down the road, we've got Homesick Alien, only 3 seconds ahead of Skyjacker, but I'm not sure if his fuel's going to last, and his tyres are already torn up. He's got the championship leader nearly 4.5 seconds behind him on fresh rubber and full tanks. And Jim in 6th with Diego in 7th. Pat is come into the pits, and Jokers is having a bit of an off. This is an opportunity, and he's got the 2 leaders coming around. And it's an opportunity to get back ahead of Pat. He's tried to move out of the way, and as it worked, Alexis was off wide. Anton's through. Alexis is past. Deep breaths, deep breaths. Let's all calm down. Let's all just chill out a little bit. You know, it's just a computer game. But Anton Poyka 8/10 ahead of Alexis and Maximus. Homesick Alien in that final podium position with Catula going up to 4th. Skyjacker has come in. We thought that those tyres weren't going to last, or the fuel. And Diego in 7th place, giving us a little flash around the corner. And Skyjacker back out on track. Some 14 and a bit seconds behind Jim, and it's a similar fuel load, similar rubber. Anton Poyka meanwhile a second ahead of Alexis and Maximus, and these two very close for the win. And Alexis and Maximus, I imagine, would love to get a win here at Big Willow. Chasing down the Finn. We've got just under 16 minutes remaining of the race, and what a crazy race we're having also. It's brilliant stuff. It's up and down. So Anton Poyka 1.6 seconds now. He's going faster and faster each lap. Homesick Alien, he's slowly edging towards Alexis and Maximus, but that 10-second deficit, it's going to be hard to find that on track. He's going to have to hope that Anton and Alexis throw it off, and they don't look like they're doing any of that at the moment. They're on an absolute great drive. And Catula, the reigning champion, the champion-elect, doing just enough to win this championship, it would seem. And Jim in 5th place. Ooh, just putting a wheel, tipping a wheel over the edge there. And Skyjacker in 6th place. This is not the race he wanted, but we've still got... Oh, no, 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 no. Poor Skyjacker. Hey, I love a flying car. Oof. That one is going to sting. It's going to take more than a panel beater to get that dent out of it. And Skyjacker, poor Skyjacker. So Anton Poyka now 3 seconds lead in this race. He can't surely take this championship. I think he needs a few more positions ahead of Cthulhu. He did send me lots of bits and bobs. Oh, he did tell me all the permutations. So maximum is 67 points available, 32 for each win, plus pole point and fastest lap per race point. Each place is worth 2 points. Taking for granted that 9 will start, if less, then Anton and Homesick are pretty much out of equation, as 9th is 16 points, so it doesn't look like Anton can do it. He's racing for pride. Then if it's less than 9 show, then drops come out of the equation, as none of us will drop the last round unless a DNS or DNF. Catula has 338 points. All he has to do is finish ahead of Skyjacker, Anton and Homesick. Well, at the moment he's only ticked one of those boxes. Skyjacker must outscore Cthulhu by 7 points, which works out an average of 2 places ahead of Cthulhu each race, or 4 points in each race, and he's not ticking that box right now. Anton 33 points behind Cthulhu, will need to win both races, with Cthulhu finishing below P9 and Sky below P8 in each race, which isn't happening right now. And Homesick 37 points behind Cthulhu, will need the same as Anton, but to also beat Anton by more than 1 place per race. So it looks very much from where I'm sitting like Cthulhu is going to have this one wrapped up. Anton Poyka leading the way in car 62, as he did at the last round. It's come to life at the end of this championship. It's great stuff to see, with Alexis Maximus also doing a great job in 2nd place. Homesick Alien on that final podium position, and he's 7.4 seconds ahead of Cthulhu. We're down to 12.5 minutes left of racing, and Cthulhu in 4th. He's come across a couple of back markers. That's not going to help. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. So Catula having a small off, trying to scramble back on. Jim's a little bit down the road, and there goes Jim. Jim goes up into 4th place. And where is Skyjacker? Skyjacker's just a little too far behind. He's getting purples though. He's doing everything he can to catch up the championship leader, but like they said, he needs a couple of positions on Catula. He needs Catula to have an absolute dismal lap, and Catula is not just about to do that. Diego in 7th place. He did at 41. That last lap, was that his pit lap? It couldn't have been, because he'd be on an out lap now. So Diego didn't have a great lap that last lap. Jokers 15 seconds shy of Diego, with Pat only 1 second behind Jokers. So there's a lovely little battle between Pat and Jokers out there for the wooden spoon. And Anton Poika 11.9 seconds now ahead of Alexis. Oh my gosh, Homesick Alien are all over and Alexis Maximus. He's looking to get that 2nd spot, but like we saw in the permutations the Skyjacker sent me, he needed more than 9 cars to turn up today to be within a shout. So he's racing for pride. There's a yellow flag, but that's got to be... Oh, Alexis playing dare with the final corner, and Homesick Alien is all up in his busyness. He's going for that outside line, trying to swing it back underneath the Spaniards, but he just hasn't got the grip there to do it. He's going for the outside. It's a brave move. It's a Mad Max move. And Alexis Maximus driving a lot better than Lewis Hamilton. Oh, possibly not. He slid out to the outside, and now Homesick Alien's got that inside line, and he takes 2nd place away from Alexis Maximus. Poor Alexis Maximus, but his tyres are starting to look quite torn compared to the Aliens, and now the Alien is on his way for 2nd place. I can't see him catching up the Flying Finn in this race now. We're less than 10 minutes of racing, and Anton Poika looks like he's got this all tied up with a nice little blue bow on a white box. So Anton Poika leading the way from Homesick Alien, but Alexis Maximus is not giving up on that 2nd spot. He wants it, he needs it, he's gonna try and get it away from Homesick Alien. Jim in a great 4th place ahead of Cthulhu. Oh, I thought Alexis was having a look up the inside of the Alien there, and these two, you cannot pull them apart. You can't, there's nothing between the two of them out there. Homesick's got better tyre wear going on at the moment, and Alexis Maximus is tearing his tyres up. He's so racy, he's flying. Jim so far in 4th place, nearly 6 seconds ahead of Cthulhu, who's 10 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. Pat up into 7th place. Diego having issues, and Jokers is off the road. He's back on the road, but Pat having an absolute blinder at the moment, in 7th place ahead of Diego. He pitted a bit later than those guys, and it does show with his tyre wear. So come on, Pat, having it large. They've got Jim coming up to Lapham at the moment. Oh, the pole. Jokers having a bit of a moment, and Jim through and up in, well, he's through, he's past the back markers. It's not a position, it's just the back markers. Homesick Alien. Oh, so Alexis Maximus has opted to take a 2nd pit stop with 8 minutes to go. Whoa, Homesick Alien doing a bit of drifting for us in the 1st corner, showboating. Hello. Whilst Anton Poika keeping it very sensible, very consistent, and looking good for the 1st win of the evening, with Homesick Alien following him in 2nd place, and Alexis and Maximus and Jim. Oh, I was going to say the podium's still on. The podium's still on for Jim, but oh, Alexis Maximus having a moment there on the dirt with those fresh tyres, and Jim's just got to stay sensible now for the next 7.5 minutes. But with the fresh rubber of Alexis Maximus, it's going to be a difficult one to stay there. Come on, Jimbo, you can do this. No offence, Alexis, but He's not had a podium yet this season. Catula maintaining that 5th ahead of Skyjacker as he puts a lap on, I think, Jokers. And on his way, Skyjacker some 9.2 seconds behind. Having a 2-stop strategy today. I'm not sure if the first stop was on purpose. And Diego in 7th. He's got himself back ahead of Pat. Oh no, Pat, and he's gone behind the barriers. That's a real pain to get out of there. You have to go a real long way to find the track again. Jokers moving on up into 8th place. And there is Pat. He's found the road again and he's back on. Oh, poor Pat. He was having a cracker. He was having a cracker. So Jim's... Oh, Catula's up. Catula's into a podium position. Oh, I probably missed it. I'll press the replay button to see. But no, we missed that one. Sorry, Jimbo. So, Catula now up into 3rd place. Who would have thunk it? He didn't look like he was figuring much in this race. But he's caught Jim up. And got past. Skyjacker only 6.5 seconds behind Jim at the moment. And it's a tall order for him in this race. He needs Catula to have an absolute shocker in the 2nd race. We're talking Skyjacker winning and Catula finishing dead last, possibly. Alexis Maximus on the heels of Skyjacker. Well, I'm pressing the wrong button. If Flashman was here, he'd have a chug of his drink. And there we see Alexis and Maximus on the tail of the Skyjacker. With that fresh rubber. He was up there though behind Jim, so he must have had a bit of an issue on his outlap. He's there now on in the toe of Skyjacker. DRS down, and there he goes. He's trying to get past, but Skyjacker is a very difficult driver to get past. These cars though sliding around. There's not much grip going on, and oh, Alexis, I think that rubber has helped him get past Skyjacker. So let's have a look through the field as we're into the last 5 minutes of racing. Anton Poika nearly 21.5 second lead. It's been an absolute drubbing from the Flying Finn. He's done an absolute cracking job here at Big Willow in the desert heat. He has kept his cool. Homesick Alien in 2nd place, 15 seconds ahead of Cthulhu. And it looked like he was out of it in the early stages of this race. But he's come back like a phoenix from the flames. And Catula in 3rd, down 5th for most of this race. It's come to him. It's come to him, this podium. Cracking stuff. Jim only 2.1 seconds behind. Jim will be hoping. Catula has a little error possibly to give Jim the podium he's been looking for. Alexis Maximus coming across, the battling Diego and Jokers. Diego just ahead, just getting out of the way of Alexis and Maximus so they can resume their battle. Diego also getting out of the way, and Jokers only half a second behind Diego. And they've got Skyjacker also catching them up at the moment. And Joker's tyres and absolutely torn apart. Diego looking lovely and fresh. And there's Alexis Maximus giving it some sideways action. He saved that bad boy. Thought he was off. Thought he had that one done. And Skyjacker's just trying to get past a Joker's now. And heading up towards Alexis Maximus, only 1.7 seconds. We've got just under 3 minutes left of racing. Lap 29. They are banging those laps out. And Anton Poika out there in the lead, 22 seconds ahead of the Alien, who's done some lovely consistent laps. Lap 27 was a bit shaky. That might have been when they were getting past some back markers, possibly. Catula in a cracking 3rd. Did not expect that one. Did a 15.9 his last time around. Jim did a 15.9 as well. He's matching the reigning champion and the champion-elect. And he will be in his car with trying to use all sorts, anything, black magic, voodoo, trying to will the Spaniard off of the track. Alexis Maximus only 2.8 seconds behind Jim, so Jim can't afford to hang it out too much. As he goes to the edge of the track, it makes me rather nervous. Come on, Jim. And there is Alexis Maximus. He'll be pushing. He's got low fuel though. Just under 2 minutes of racing. I'm sure that's enough fuel to keep that one going. So Anton Poika, 22 seconds lead from Homesick Alien, who's 16 seconds ahead of Cthulhu. And Jim's still matching. Jim's matching those lap times, chasing down the Spaniard. 15.8 for the Spaniard last time round. Jim doing a 15.9. There's nothing in it between them. Jokers needed to go into the pits. Those tyres were going to pop. And Pat is back up into 7th. Well done, Pat. Super stuff. With Diego in 8th and Jokers in 9th. So I was going through them. Did I even go through them when I said I was going through them? Anton is in 1st place. Homesick Alien is in 2nd. Oh, Homesick Alien trying a bit of rally cross. Maybe trying to cool those tyres down a little bit. Possibly in the dust, the sand. And Cthulhu there, 3rd place, a great podium position, and his tyres are really fit to burst. Jim's are in a bit of a better position, but now Alexis Maximus is starting to put the pressure on Jim. We've got 30 seconds left of racing here for the first race of round 10 at Big Willow for the WRX Challenge, and Alexis Maximus 7/10 behind Jim. This is the battle. And Jim, he's hoping Cthulhu falls off, but he might have to do a bit of defending. 10 seconds. These are all going to cross the line for another lap. And will that fuel see Alexis Maximus all the way around? Skyjacker only 4.3 seconds. His fuel's flashing, but he's in a better position than Alexis and Maximus with the fuel. Diego is our first guy to finish in 8th place, ahead of a Jokers, but we're watching Anton coming around the final corner to take, what's that, 4 in a row? Absolutely legendary. Brilliant stuff from Anton Poika as he comes up towards the line. And that's it, 4 in a row. Brilliant stuff from Anton Poika. Homesick Alien bringing her around the final corner to grab himself a great 2nd place in this race. And there you go, edging it around. Jim still ahead of Alexis Maximus. We will go back. 32 laps they could do in 40 minutes around here at Big Willow. And there is Homesick Alien grabbing 2nd. And Cthulhu looks like that 3rd place is all tied up. And he's one race away from a world championshipness as he crosses the line to take a final podium. Take a boo, my son. Jim not too far behind him in 4th, and Alexis Maximus finishing in, oh no, Alexis Maximus ran out of fuel, so Skyjacker gets 5th from Alexis and Maximus. And Pat, oh, he wasn't too far behind Alexis Maximus in 7th place. And they are your results. Whoosh, whoosh, vroom, and everything else in that one. Well done, Anton Poika. A great win, fastest lap also in that race. Right, I will take you to the race results. After I've had a sip of my Corona. Yum, yum, yum. And there you go. We're getting used to seeing Anton Poika at the top step, aren't we? We get to see his overalls every week. So Anton Poika takes the win from Homesick Alien. Cthulhu grabbing that final podium position. That is a cracker. We didn't think he was up there. Jim just missing out on a podium on this race, but there's always the next one. I think it's a reverse grid. So it's a big job for these guys to do out there. Cthulhu in 3rd and 1 race away from being double world champion of the WRX Challenge. 4th place goes to Jim. Great finish. Skyjacker in 5th with Alexis Maximus 6th. Pat is in 7th, finished in 7th. Great finish for Pat with Diego in 8th and Jokers finishing in 9th. Anton Poika got your fastest lap. on lap 2 with a 1:13.777. What a race. What a cracking race that was. So, in the chat, Jill saying well done homesick, and Pat saying I was a lap behind but looked good at the end. Oh, was you? Oh yes. Sorry, Pat. Oh yeah, I do remember Alexis putting a lap on you. But still, 7th place is 7th place, whichever way you look at it. Cracking stuff. That was beautiful. Beautiful racing by all involved. Alexis Max was saying a difficult race. I can imagine a very difficult race. It looked tricky out there. I've got a rocky table. It's driving me up the wall. I'm going to try and fix that in the interim, in the break, to try and stop that bad boy rocking around. As I try and down my not so warm beverage now. Oh, that's it. Diego said his pedals failed him mid-race and he had to switch to the DS4. So, yes, that's unfortunate for Diego. You've got to take them bad boys apart, Diego. Give them a good clean out. Buy a bit of air in a can. A little bit of electrical spray, cleaning spray. Give them a good scrub out. That's the way to do it. I should have stayed on the race results. There's nothing to see here unless we go on the members list. Is there anything we can look at there? Anything interesting? Oh, look, there's me at the top. Oh, I have dropped a D. I quit out of a couple of races. Oh, for shame. For shame. Shocking. Oh, I wish I'd not come on to this now. And you see who uses what in that. You can see their qualifying times as well. Oh, cool. I didn't realise you could see that. That's brilliant. That's beautiful stuff. And anything else? Oh, and then you can see all the weights and the tyres. And then back to all of the other stuff. Oh, wow. It's very hot, very steamy. Let's go back and see. Diego saying thank you. I think that was from me saying, oh, you got to give him a good clean out. Are you listening to me? Diego, why do you guys listen to me? That is madness. Absolute madness while you're trying to race. Listening to me and racing cannot be good. It just can't be. It can't be helpful. You've got to get into the zone. Get into the zone, not listening to me gabbing on. And half of what I say is wrong anyway. Half of what I said is meaningless. The other half just to reach you, Julia. Julia. So we've got 10 minutes until the next race. And Skyjacker congratulating the top 3. And now I will take you to the track. No one's entered yet. No one's. They're scared of the big willow. They're too scared to get on track. Oh, Skyjacker's telling me Discord. This is where he tells me all the permutations. So I'm going to go to the track. You're going to just watch no one. Oh, there you go. Jim's entered. So you can watch Jim for a short while. I'll mute the mic to give yourselves a break. And Pat's been chatting in the YouTube stream, and Pat says, oh yeah, he told me he was a lap behind, and some half-time Hershey's chocolate for me. I think I need it. Yes, recoup that energy. Ooh, Joker's going for mediums. Bold move from the pole. And that's who you are going to watch going around the big willow whilst I check Discord out and see what is what. I will see you very soon, in less than 10 minutes. back in the fray for one last time, my friends, my leagues. Here we go. We are about 4 minutes away from the very last race of season 3. I'm going to miss WRX Challenge, I really do. It fills my Thursdays with joy and hope for world peace and I don't know, something else as well. God, things are all changing around. So we'll watch Cthulhu. I've had an update of the table. Skyjacker informs me he needs to finish now 5 places ahead of Cthulhu to just be within a shout. And I'll give you a quick heads up. Cthulhu is still leading the championship on 366 points, with Skyjacker 10 points behind him now in second on 356 points. Anton Poiker in third on 338 points. Homesick Alien fourth on 332 points. Diagor is fifth on 278 points. And get this, Alexis Maximus sixth on 275 points. So Diagor and Alexis Maximus have got a lot of racing to do ahead of them in this next race. Jim, 7th with 261 points. Oh, if he could have got that podium. If he could have got that podium, who knows? And Pat, 8th on 199 points. And Jokus, obviously, he's just here for fun. Because he's only taken part in 1 round before this. And he's on 46 points so far. But still, everything to play for in this next race. Lots of points on the table for everyone to grab. Am I not coming through? Am I chatting and not? Oh yeah, I am. I turned the iPad up and I couldn't hear me, which is not a bad thing. But you guys seem to want to hear me. You like it. Unless someone's fibbing to me. So we are 2 minutes away from... Oh, Diagor's left. No, maybe he'll come back. But he's got close racing to do with Alexis Maximus. It's almost like he's handing it to Alexis Maximus at this point. Is he? Hang on, let me have a quick look. I've forgotten who was above who. Yes, Diagor was 5th with Alexis Maximus in 6th, with only what, 3 points between them. So hopefully Diagor will be back. Looks like Pat is going to make a bold choice with tyre. No, he's gone back to the soft tyre. Skyjacker, Dio isn't coming back. Oh, I think the wheel situation has got the better of a Diagor, which doesn't help Skyjacker's plight. He needs as many cars out there as possible between him and Cthulhu. So we're going ready. We're readying up, and I'm going to just use all of the letters. Hey, Cthulhu, that was fantastic. Brilliant stuff. So, we'll go for an R. We'll go for a Y. We'll go for an A. And what the hell, we'll go for an N as well. There you go. Gone for all of them. So... Jim going for the full ready. And what is going to happen in this final race? Cthulhu on the precipice of taking his 2nd championship. It's a reverse grid from the order of the first race. So Anton Poiker starting at the back. And can he come through to take what would be his 6th win in a row? Unbelievable. He's taken some sort of serum, alien serum. Now we can see them lined up on the grid. Jokus on that pole position with Anton Poiker 8th at the back. Ooh, wrong button. There's the button I want. Jokus is starting on those medium tyres. A bold move. Chin chin on the Corona. And it's off. They're off. Jokus versus Pat out there in the front. They're all moving fast away from the line. And And Alexis Maximus, oh, Skyjacker just slipping it up the inside of Alexis, but we see Alexis very racy today, very, very racy. He's ahead of Skyjacker again. Skyjacker in 4th, Catula in 5th, with Jim in 6th. Anton Poika already getting himself ahead of the Alien off of the line as the sun sets here at Big Willow. And oh gosh, Jokers, he's gonna not have much grip with those medium tyres. Pat and Alexis Maximus having a battle in the corner, and Pat coming out on top in 2nd place with Alexis Maximus in 3rd. Skyjacker around the outside of the Spaniard. Can he make it stick? It's still side by side, and Alexis Maximus just edges it ahead of Skyjacker. What sort of camera angle is that? And Skyjacker and Alexis Maximus just nipping it up the inside of Pat. Pat struggling around the outside there, leaving his door wide open for Skyjacker also to whip on through. Pat and Catula side by side coming down the straight, with Jim in 6th, Anton Poika in 7th, and Homesick Alien in 8th place. Maybe Homesick trying a bit of strategy, and Alexis getting himself past Jokers, but Jokers on those medium tyres. That'll come good for him later in the race, but he's struggling with grip at the moment. And Catula looking to make a move up the inside of the pole, and he's through. Oh, Skyjacker's up into 2nd. I didn't even notice that. Well done. So Skyjacker racing for pride, I believe, in this last race, and I think Joker's having a small off there with those medium tyres, maybe possibly regretting it right now, with Alexis Maximus wanting a win, and that's what he's zeroing in on today. But he's got Skyjacker right there, breathing down his neck. But Catula, all he has to do is stay with that green Rockstar car, and the championship will be his. And he's staying a little bit back, letting them two at the front battle it out. And Skyjacker half a second adrift from 1st place. Alexis Maximus with Catula only half a second behind Skyjacker. Skyjacker getting that toe though, closing down on Alexis Maximus. Alexis Maximus going on the inside to defend, and Skyjacker goes around the outside, but is it enough? No, Alexis Maximus still there in the lead, but Skyjacker's lining up that inside line, but the door's just not wide enough for him. And Alexis Maximus, the purple Subaru, absolutely owning the first lap. Well, first 2 laps. 2 laps. Wow, I don't even notice these laps disappearing. So Skyjacker in 2nd with Catula in 3rd, and Jim in 4th, with Anton Poika already up into 5th, and so is Homesick Alien. We saw Joker's having a bit of an off, and it looks like Pat's had an issue as well, and he's dropped down to 7th, and Homesick Alien trying to keep track of Anton Poika ahead of him, and Jim trying to defend that 4th place from the Flying Finn, who is trying to get through for his, I think, 5th win in a row he'll be going for. What a streak he's had. And Jim, in between the Alien and Anton, doing his best. Alexis Maximus found himself a little bit of space, and here the 2 championship antagonists, Skyjacker and Catula, sharing the same bit of road. Skyjacker maintaining that 2nd place so far, with Anton now up into 4th. He's got himself ahead of the Jim, and he'll be aiming to get Catula next time around. Jill in the chat saying, come on, Homesick. Whilst Anton going around Jim, defending from the Alien, the Wrxc Subaru, trying to make something of it here. And in the chat, Racer Brown saying, hello everyone, what's been happening? I've missed everything, still at work now. Oh man, that first race was a humdinger of a race, and Alexis and Maximus so far doing a cracking job out there in the lead, half a second ahead of Skyjacker, who is 4/10 ahead of Catula, and Anton just a second behind them in 4th place. Homesick Alien 1.5 seconds behind Anton Poika in 5th. He's got himself ahead of the Jim so far, and This race could be anyone's. We saw from the first race it's hard to keep it on the track. When we did our open chat in Discords on a Wednesday night, which you're always welcome to join. Anyone's welcome to join and come and have a chat with us. It's a fun little thing we do, where we have a open chat on Discords, and Skyjacker did say the grip is minimal here at Big Willow, and these cars do get a bit skittish as they go up and over these rises and falls. And Skyjacker so far maintaining that second spot from Katula. Let's get on board with a third spot. Katula, he's got Anton Poyka a little bit further behind him, and he is staring at Skyjacker, and this is all he has to do is stay behind Skyjacker, and he will be a double championship champion. Oh no, Skyjacker has lost grip and he's gone off to the side. He's exited stage left, and that puts Katula up into second, Anton up into third, Homesick fourth, Jim fifth, Pat's scrambling to get back on the road ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker's gone for a real detour, and he's in seventh ahead of the medium-clad Jokas. Shadow Rider saying nail-biting racing. It has been. Racer Brown saying, yeah, it's a great in the chat. Oh, it's great in the chat on the Discord. And Racer Brown saying, ooh, no. It's not been Skyjacker's day today. This has not been his track. He's had an absolute cracking season so far as Skyjacker. But this final round, it's just the wheels have fallen off of the Subaru. It seems, and Alexis Maximus just touching the dirt, and he's gone. He's lost the car, and Katula goes through to take the win. Are we gonna see the reigning champion, the champion-elect, standing on the top spot of the podium? That is the way to win a championship. And Anton Poyka in second place, 1.5 seconds behind Katula. Alexis Maximus dropping down to third place, with Homesick Alien in fourth, followed very closely by Jim. Let's get on board with Jim as he gets a tow from the Alien and tries to make his way past. And he's through. Oh, but he's ran out of road and he's off. He's off, but he's scrambled back on, and he hasn't lost too much. Only the position to Alien, and the Alien chasing down Alexis and Maximus at the moment. And in the chat, Shadow Rider saying too much pressure, and Muddy saying Skyjacker raking the desert. Yeah. So Katula leading the way, but Anton, he's looking for 5 in a row. So, and he was on fire in that first round, and he's chasing down the Spaniard, who's just touching a little bit of dirt, but he's back on again. And Anton Poyka getting ever closer to Katula, looking like he wants to take the position from him. And we're nearly 10 minutes into this race already. Where did that go? Unbelievable stuff. So Anton Poyka, DRS wide open, chasing down Katulu, and Katula defending that first corner, getting on the inside. Anton not even interested. He says, that's not where I'm going to take you. I've already decided the place I am going to make the move, as we sit on board with the second place on track, as we're coming up to, well, we've just gone 9 minutes of racing, 8 laps in. And Anton Poyka just checking out the back of Katulu's car. And he's on fire, he really is. I know I've said it once, I've said it twice, I've said it 100 times already this round. But no one can stop Anton at the moment. He's on an absolute drive and a half. There is Alexis Maximus trying to defend from the Alien. Homesick Alien looking to try and get another podium in this race. And Shadow Rider saying my Shadow Realm is taking victims. It is left, right and centre, Shadow Rider. And Racer Brown saying lol. A little sip of the Corona to keep the voice well lubricated. I didn't fix the table, I've just noticed I leaned on it and everything rocked. Got a rocky table situation in the Wrxc comms booth. I'm going to have to put in an incident form and see if they can get that fixed. And Katula and Anton having a battle out there for the lead. And Katula just ahead of Anton, but Anton's having a look around the outside now. He's having a look up the inside. And is this the move? Anton's trying, but he's through. He's through, but Katula's trying to get back up the inside, and he makes it stick. And my word, what a battle we're having for the lead of this race. Katula leading from Anton Poika, but they are absolutely bumper to bumper. Going around on lap 9. We're just over 10 minutes of racing in here with 29 minutes left to go. Alexis Maximus trying to fend off a Homesick Alien to grab that final podium of the final race of the final round of the season. Homesick Alien, we see he does like to use up his tyres, but Alexis also one that likes to burn through tyres. Jim in 5th place, he's dropped back from that battle, 3.7 seconds behind him. Pat in a fine 6th spot for now. He's 2.2 seconds ahead of Skyjacker. And Skyjacker, he didn't have a great lap that last lap as well, did Skyjacker. And Jokus in 8th place with those medium tyres, but he's lost a lot of time. I don't think the medium tyres were the way to go. But Anton 4/10. Oh, he's ahead of Katula now. Sorry, we missed a try, but we've probably long time gone. Oh no! Boo! I only did a replay. Hang on, I'll see if I can get back into it very quickly. I'm so sorry, guys.